Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be starting off which will hopefully be a series of YouTube videos describing how I make an animated GIF to go onto our site. So it's building on this tutorial that I created a few weeks ago called Importing Layers from Illustrator 2017 to After Effects 2017. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. It's very helpful, especially for creating animated GIFs or just importing stuff from Illustrator in general. So I'm going to show you some background before I start. Oh, also I've got Keycaster on so you can see all my keys that I'm pressing, which is always helpful. So I've got this file, After Effects file called normal file mp3.aep. So this is the original file, file I created for this animated GIF sequence. So the sequence is basically, if I can probably show you the GIF, that'll probably be helpful. Yeah, so the sequence is that. So we have an MP3 file which turns around to show some cogs on the back, some animated cogs on the back. This is part of a larger sequence of GIFs, which I will show you another time in another video. But the problem is that we don't, on the site, we don't have just one file type. We have multiple file types. So I'm going to replace the MP3 lettering with MP4. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've already duplicated my file. So yeah, that's the original file there. But so we're just going to quit out of that now. So I've duplicated my file MP3 to MP4 by pressing Command D. So that duplicates files in Apple Mac Finder. So Command D duplicates files, and I renamed it MP4. I have this Illustrator file which I'm going to go and open called mp3.ai. So that's my original MP3 file type of the file. So I'm going to literally just go in and change the 3 to a 4 to MP4, and then we're going to import that MP3 file into the new normal file mp4.aep using the trick that I found on that previous video that I uploaded, and then we're going to animate it. So this is really helpful. So yeah, Keycaster just tells you every time you do a space. It's really annoying, but hey ho. Hello MP3. Let's dive in. Okay, so we need to change the 3 to 4. Now I already made these compound paths, so it's going to be a bit annoying, but we're going to replace that. Replace them. What's that? Why is it so small? Anyway, MP4. Myriad Pro. So we have open sans on the site. Sometimes, depending on how Illustrator feels, it's either bold or semi-bold. But today I'm just going to go bold to see how it goes. Let's get to a reasonable size where it's not playing the game. So we just go so it looks like that's bold. So I'm quite happy with the spacing in that, so I'm just going to create outlines. So that's Command Shift 0, O. That basically converts your text field to an object, a vector object. So I'm going to literally just replace this. So try and get it as close to as possible. Maybe I wasn't too fussed about the. Is that the right size? More or less. Maybe not. Right, so I've got snapping on, so I need to turn the smart guides off, and that reduces that snap you just saw there. So I'm quite finicky when it comes to stuff like this, so bear with me. Okay, more or less that's fine. So we're going to get rid. So first of all, we're going to change that color. So by pressing I, which is the color picker, replace the color just like so. And then MP4. Hello. Right. So that's now. See, I've just overwritten the MP3 file. So what I'm going to do, another quick tip. Oh, redo all that. So I'm going to copy that, undo all of my stuff. Command Z. I think there's a better way of doing this, but anyway, so I'm going to save that file again because that's my MP3 file. So I'm going to go back to my Finder window, duplicate that as Command D. MP4, reopen that. Oh, and paste in place, which is Command Shift V. There we go. Nathan doesn't have to re-record the video. So that's saved. So we got an MP4 Illustrator file. Now, in the previous video, I showed how you can convert your layers. So basically, basically brings out. It was all part of a one layer. So when you create a document in Illustrator, all of your objects were within one layer. After Effects can't read into that object, so which is really frustrating. Oh, I've got a bizarre tick there. So you have to highlight both the layers and go to Release to Layers. So that creates all of your objects within the main body layer as a layer, which is helpful. Because we're not individually manipulating each of these objects in After Effects, we don't have to do that for this one. But that's fine. We'll do it now. So I'm just going to tidy this file up a bit. See, these have already been done. So cool, saving that. So I'm going to quit out of Illustrator. I'm going to go to my pre-prepared normal file mp4.aep. So, right, so the idea for this is for me to basically replace this mp3 file. So I'm gonna get but exactly the same, because it needs to be exactly the same for the GIF. So I'm going to just bring these guys down here. Because I need to make sure it's absolutely, well, almost pixel perfect. Where's my guys? Hey guys, how you doing, guys? Almost. Space, space, space. Yeah, sometimes it has to be pixel perfect. Where's my guy? There he is. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to. Woo! Okay, so if I click into the project file, go Command I. Saved it to the desktop because I was having funny business with my external hard drive. So double click on my mp4.ai. So in my previous video, I said that this dialog box has changed from 2017, and it has. So make sure I've got import kind, composition, footage dimensions, layer size. That's really important. And then inside here, we have our new AI file. So I'm going to then create After Effects shapes out of these. So I'm going to right click them and select Create Shapes from Vector Layer. Delete those. Bye bye. Then go back to our processing file. Copy them. Paste. So it's over here now. So I'm just going to drag it in. Luckily, because I selected layer size, well it's not luckily, it's on purpose, because I selected import from layer size from Illustrator, it's copied it exactly the same dimensions as the previous file, because we duplicated the previous file, the MP3 file, for the MP4 file, winner. So I'll then literally just slip this behind this file, try and get it on point. I'm going to delete these now because I've got these guides that are set up. So then I'll highlight all of those. Dip, 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 dip. Make sure it's tight up against them. So this is Keycaster is weird. I need to invest in screencast. Anyway, so okay, so more or less bob on the pixels here, which is good. So this is my new MP4 file. So you might be thinking, why have I got no animations in this file? And I'm just going to export this as a .mov file. So yeah, this is the interesting part, because I'm creating a animation that flips. Okay, so you might be thinking, why have we created one .mov file that has no animations in it? Well, if I go back to the GIF, I'll show you. Whoa! So the GIF here is a 3D aspect rotating file with so it's the MP3 file flipping around to a perpetually animating cog file, which you can the perpetually animating cog file you can see on my other YouTube looping animation with expressions. So I'll link to that in the show notes. So we need, that's essentially two .mobs, which is one side and animated to the other side. And I'll show you how to do that in the next tutorial. But at the moment we need to export this file as a MOV. So we're going to go to render this. So we go composition, add to render queue, get rid of this one, and then right, so make sure that the quality is the best, because it needs to be best, resolution's full, everything else you can pretty much leave. Go to output module, format is MOV, so it's QuickTime. Make sure you, because we got a transparent background, make sure it's RGB and alpha, and then click OK. And then you hit render, and then it will create a mod file of just a static image, which sounds bizarre, but that's what we need for the next stage of our animation. So that's now finished. Bling. And it's called processing file __1.mov, which is not right, so we're going to rename that. But so come back in the next episode to then animate that static file with the cogs in the background. So as you can see, we're piecing these all together, so hopefully you learned something out of that episode, and hopefully you'll be able to carry it on to the next episode, and where we get into some really fun stuff with animating GIFs and stuff. Thanks very much. Like, subscribe. See you in the next video.